Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Dr. Matt from Pinnacle Chiropractic, your local pediatric, prenatal, and family chiropractic office here in Lakewood Ranch in Sarasota, Bradenton, Florida area. So, are you a parent who feels like you've tried everything out there to help your child's chronic health issues, but nothing really seems to provide that lasting relief? Well, you're not alone. An alarming 40% of school age children today suffer from at least one ongoing health problem. So, these are things from digestive issues and respiratory challenges to neurological conditions like ADHD and anxiety. The truth is, our children are facing an unprecedented epidemic of poor health. But what if there was a common thread underlying many of these seemingly unrelated conditions? A root cause that, when addressed, could unlock your child's innate potential for healing and thriving. Well, we discuss chronic health issues in America today and ask questions like the one I just did, most natural-minded, crunchy parents out there are now going to expect me to discuss all about the onslaughts of toxins and chemicals that are all over in our environment today. But that's not the topic that we're going to dive deep in today. Instead, we're going to talk about something perhaps even more toxic than toxins. And that topic is the role that chronic stress plays in creating chronic health issues, even in our kids. So, when we think about stress all the time when it comes to our own health, and we try to get good sleep, go for walks in nature, or maybe you've even upgraded your battle against stress and started to do the cold plunging and infrared sauna. But the truth is that an overstressed and out of balance nervous system is actually the number one thing destroying our kids' health too. And not enough people are really talking about it. So this video is really for you parents of children that are struggling with chronic health issues and are searching for answers and solutions beyond just removing the toxins and cleaning up the environment. So if you feel like you've tried almost everything to help your child heal, but they're still struggling, then you've got to watch this video all the way through because it has a chance to truly change your family's life. And in this video, we're going to talk about what's called the concept of subluxation, which is a complex neurological dysfunction that can be the hidden culprit behind many of your child's ongoing health challenges. And you'll learn what subluxation is, how it develops, and its far-reaching impact on your child's well-being. So when I first got into practice, it was very commonplace for the majority of our new patient families to report to me that they had already exhausted everything modern medicine had to offer. They'd gone to see all the medical specialists, they've had the genetic and other medical testing done, they tried different medications, but yet their child was still stuck and struggling. And as far back as 15 plus years ago, parents were already waking up to the limitations of conventional medicine when it comes to helping actually address the root cause and help their child heal naturally. So naturally, that's where parents of today have turned to in a major way, natural health and things like functional medicine. Now, today, the majority of new patients let us know that they've tried already the multiple diet changes, the detoxes, the vitamins, the supplements, essential oils, various therapies, and so forth, which is so good and so exciting for us, and often has created some really great changes and improvement in their child's health. So, however, nearly every single time these parents report that despite all this hard work and changing of their entire lifestyle, their children are still struggling with things like autism, ADHD, sensory processing disorder, seizures, anxiety, allergies, asthma, chronic ear infections, gut issues, and so much more. And this simply means that parents watching this, there has to be more going on causing our kids to be sick than simply too many toxins and chemicals. There has to be something almost below the surface that not only conventional medicine can't find and help, but also other natural and holistic practitioners often miss as well. And this is something that's called subluxation in chiropractic, and it's likely the most important thing you've never heard about when it comes to your family's health. So what is this subluxation? Well, it refers to a complex neurological dysfunction within the body, and it has three main components: a misalignment, which is altered positioning and alignment within the neurospinal system or the spinal cord and spine. Number two is a fixation and restriction of motion or movement. So this is abnormal tension or fixation within these neurospinal segments and regions that then lead to reduced range of motion and overall movement. And then the third thing that subluxation needs to have is neurological interference and imbalance. So the combination of this misalignment and restricted movement disrupts and alters neurosensory input into the brain, which leads to interference and imbalance within the nervous system. So when this subluxation happens, it shifts the entire nervous system into sympathetic dominance, which is that fight or flight mode. And it often gets stuck there. So this also means that then the parasympathetic, that opposite mode, which is responsible for rest, relaxation, regulation, and digestion, gets shut down or suppressed. And when that nervous system gets stuck in that fight or flight, then it starts to pull energy and function away from other crucial systems like the gut and digestive system and the immune and endocrine systems. So this imbalance of the nervous system is a fancy word that's called dysautonomia, that is something more that parents and people deserve to know about. So what are some of these signs and symptoms of subluxation and being stuck in that fight or flight mode? Well, most often, especially for children, the first signs and symptoms of subluxation are not physical. Instead, they show up as things like difficulty with sleep, gut GI issues like reflux, colic, constipation, immune challenges like chronic ear and respiratory infections, RSV, croup, allergies, asthma, and behavioral emotional dysregulation, things like sensory overload, sensory processing challenges, tantrums, meltdowns, hyperactivity, impulsivity. And the final sign of being stuck in that fight or flight mode or subluxation is motor challenges, so gross and fine motor delays, imbalances, hypertonicity, which is just being really tense or tight, weak core muscles, speech delays. And in adults as well, it shows up in the same way. So sleep, gut, immune, mental, emotional challenges, chronic tension, headaches, exhaustion. So if you feel like you've tried every single workout out there, yoga class, massage, supplement protocol, diet change, detox, and medication for yourself, and you still can't get healthy, it's very likely that subluxation and imbalanced nervous system are really what's triggering your health challenges as well for you guys, mom and dad, too. So the most common and widely overlooked trigger or cause of subluxation, nervous system dysregulation, and chronic health challenges in children is birth interventions and trauma, things like vacuum extraction, forceps, induction, epidurals, and C-sections. Each of these types of births are going to put immense pressure on the delicate nerves and tissues in the brainstem and upper neck area, especially what we call the vagus nerve, that regulates so many of those basic health functions discussed, like sleep, digestion, immune function, behavioral or sensory regulation. So in addition to these birth traumas, or what we call the perfect storm of factors that contribute to the development of subluxation in children, it also includes things like high amounts of stress and anxiety during fertility and pregnancy journey, and also the overuse of antibiotics and exposure to countless chemicals and toxins very early on in a child's life. So find out if you or your child are subluxated with our neurological insight scan. So because subluxation doesn't show up on any traditional medical testing or even with PTOT, speech therapy type assessments, it's really essential to get your child and yourself into our office, Pinnacle Chiropractic, for a consultation, and most importantly, our neurological insight scans. These scans take just 15 to 20 minutes to complete and are a stress test for you and your child's nervous system, helping to find subluxation and those hidden in plain sight neurological dysfunctions and imbalances that could very well be the culprit of your child's sleep challenges, sensory issues, chronic gut and digestive issues, weakened immune response, motor and other developmental delays, behavioral challenges, anxiety, seizures, and so much more. So one thing I always tell parents all the time is that when all other medical testing and going from specialist to specialist still does not find the root cause, it's almost a guarantee your child is struggling with subluxation and nervous system dysregulation. So therefore, neurologically focused chiropractic care like we practice here in our office is likely going to be the thing that you've been up late at night searching and praying for. So I invite you to click the link below and schedule insight scan appointment at our office, or you can always call our office at 941-822-8828. Hope you guys enjoyed this video on subluxation. We look forward to speaking with you soon. Follow and like us on our social media channels.